So it's not a good look for Will. Could it hurt his brand? Sure. I mean, that was, uncalled for. Again, I empathize with his pain. I empathize with it. Not saying it's correct, but I empathize. You could see when he was yelling about keeping my wife's name, that was pain saying that. That wasn't just I'm mad at the moment. That's a lot of pain coming out there. And I understand it, but you have to learn how to hold your temper in certain situations. We cannot react with physical violence just because somebody, did some. When people say protect Black women, yes, there's ways of it. Because if you keep doing that, Black men, you're going to jail. Now she's out by herself. Okay, or you're going to jail if you think violence is the answer to protect your woman because someone said something to you. Now, if they perpetuate violence to your wife or your woman, of course, protect her that way. But if you just say, I'm gonna hit somebody because they said something about my wife, my girl I don't like, you're going to jail, Black man. And when you go to jail, then she's out by herself. Now she's you got vultures around her to take advantage of her. What have you done? You know what I'm saying? That's not smart. It's not a smart move.
That was just comedian Pierre responding to the Will Smith Chris Rock situation, and he made a really good point there. You have way too many people talking about, if that was my husband, that's what he's supposed to do, or if that was my wife, that's what I would do. And all I gotta say is for the people that's into investing or looking for a business to get into, funeral homes and the prison system, you will never lose with people like that walking around. People who believe that what Chris Rock said should be met with hands and feet. But what they're not taking into account on the outside world and the real world, you can start with hands and feet and end up behind bars or underground. Especially in gun-friendly places like Texas, Georgia, Florida. You're not the only one with the pistol. Everybody got them. These are places where people have to move with logic and respect because any single conflict can easily escalate to that level. And when it goes to that level, well, it's over. So logical people, they have to decide what's worth it and what's not. A husband defending his wife and his family against physical threats, that is totally different than somebody acknowledging the fact that your wife is bald. This is not preschool where everything should end up in a fight. And side note, he could have picked a really bad joke. That one was not bad. On top of that, he did not know that Jada Pinkett had alopecia.
We said this yesterday, but we'll say it again. They said Chris Rock reportedly did not know Jada Pinkett-Smith had alopecia. He had no clue. He had no idea. He was just making a G.I. Jane joke.
He didn't. I mean, I spoke to him the night of the Oscars. He literally had no idea that she had alopecia.
So yeah, Chris Rock, he did not know that Jada Pinkett had alopecia. And even so, alopecia is not life-threatening. If people are no longer able to joke on bald people, then I think everybody owes LeBron James an apology today. Because his hairline has been a joke for at least 15 years. And seriously, if Jada Pinkett decided to remake G.I. Jane like a Black woman version of it, that would be a perfect fit. And don't get me wrong, Demi Moore, she's also talented. And even with the shaved head, she still had good looks. Just like Jada Pinkett. You know, a feminist playing a feminist character. But you know who will be even better than Jada Pinkett for the Black G.I. Jane? Gabrielle Union. A lot of people are also bringing up the comments that Chris made at the 2016 Oscars about Jada. At that time, Jada Pinkett, she was the one behind the whole Oscar So White boycott. Remember this?
I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards. Is she on a TV show? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. She said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
You heard it there yourself. That was the joke from 2016 that people are also using to justify Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. At that time, with her leading the protest, she was saying that the Oscars, they were not diverse enough, they didn't have enough Black nominees, winners, or people a part of the organization that took place in the voting process and nomination process. And Jada, she was right about that part. But where she went wrong is that she told Chris Rock to also boycott, and she and Will got upset with Chris for not dropping the gig and going on to host the show anyway. And we understand that Jada has full control over Will. She's the one wearing the pants in the relationship. He's the lapdog. But what you can't expect to do is to go out of your household and think that you're going to have control over every man. Chris Rock is his own man, and he made the decision that he was going to stay on as the host of the show in 2016, and they made the decision to stay home. Fine. I just never understood why black celebrities, why they never put the same value on those award shows that were designed specifically for them. BET Awards, Soul Train, NAACP Image Awards. Award shows where almost every winner is black, but they don't value them. They barely show up. Somebody please help me understand this in the comments. How is it that you complain about the lack of diversity, not enough black people there, and then the Oscars in 2022, they brought on Will Packer to produce the show. Will Packer, who is a black man who graduated from a HBCU. He's produced so many movies, and he's worked very hard over the last 2 decades to get to this moment. But get this, Will Packer did not come alone. He brought a whole team of black people with him. He hired a black team to put on this show. We're talking about the whole crew. The Oscars brought on all black people. And salute to all of them. They did a great job. But look how Will Smith and Jada just messed that whole thing up. Nobody's talking about how great of a job Will Packer and his team did. No one's talking about Regina Hall or Wanda Sykes. No one's talking about Questlove and Summer of Soul. That's the award category that Chris Rock was on the stage to present in the first place. And it was Questlove, who's also from Philly, just like Will Smith, who won an Oscar for Best Documentary. Totally overshadowed. It's like it didn't even happen. Will Smith, he's been working in the industry for 3 decades. He's done so many Oscar-worthy movies, but never got an Oscar until that night. And the movie that he won his first ever Oscar for was King Richard, that highlighted Richard Williams, Venus, Serena Williams, that family. Because you have Serena and Venus, you have their family sitting up there. They worked very hard in their tennis career, coming from Compton to winning titles. And then now you're telling their family story, but then Jada and Will, they ruined the moment. You know, that night when everything popped off at the Oscars, Will went on his Instagram and he said you can't invite people from Philly or Baltimore nowhere. And you know, that's what other people think. And no offense to the great people of Philly and Baltimore. If you represent those areas, go ahead and let me know below in the comments. I got much love for y'all, but not so much for Will and Jada. And that's why Will Smith, he's gonna have to be held accountable for this. You don't just represent you. You don't just represent the people of Philly. And all he did on live television was reaffirm what a lot of people already think about us. You did that. Simping out is not harmless. Look at this. He ruined 30 years of work in 30 seconds. And that's why you don't deal with women like Jada. They are liabilities. They can care less what happens to you. They don't care about nothing but them. In fact, I believe that Jada was happy that he did that because it took away his glory and it put the attention back on her. They're always looking to grab attention. Will laughed until he looked over at her and saw that she was mad about it and rolled her eyes. And that's when the battery in his back switched on. A woman that really cared about her family and their legacy and her husband and his accomplishments over a quarter of a century of work. 3 decades, a woman that really cared about that, she would have been more poised. You know what? We're going to go ahead and leave it right here. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. I want to hear from all of y'all. If this had been Wanda Sykes or Regina Hall who made the same joke, will all these women and all these people that agree with this nonsense, would you still agree with Will going on stage and slapping them? Please tell me, because what happened to Chris Rock, that shouldn't have happened. And Will Smith, he should be held accountable for that. Special thanks to Laren. I appreciate you, Laren, for your support, as well as Dre. And we have a new subscriber alert, foreign_beauty25. Thank you so much for your support as well. Shout out to our sister Belinda, as well as our brother Dark Power. I sincerely appreciate all of you for always supporting this channel. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel too. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.